When I was still playing Minecraft, there was this one goal that I set for myself once that I truly accomplished in just a couple of short weeks. And it wasn't even that hard of a grind. It was medium actually. It didn't take as short as, for example, some kind of a daily quest that I would do in a Skywars lobby in Hypixel, and it would take thousands of hours just to level up once in a skill in another minigame that was on the same server as well. Some of you already know what I'm trying to point towards to. But the main point of the video is that on the Skywars minigame on Hypixel, there was this one very rare cosmetic that I was about to get, and I was willing to do anything towards it to get it. And this was one of my first grinds that I ever got myself onto, that I actually completed. And it was the Ender Dragon cosmetic. Basically, like whenever you would win a Skywars match, like you would be the last man standing, a huge ender dragon would spawn right beneath your feet, and you would be riding it across the map, and yeah, it just looked amazing, and I wanted it. And when I learned that I almost had enough money to actually purchase it, I did everything in my power to get it. I started to try hard the Skywars like never before. I joined so many minigames, I battled so many people. I was completely bloodlusted to get that beast. And in the end, I actually got him. Of course, I still had to, help myself by converting coins from that I had on my Bed Wars, matches, for example, on my TNT run matches, and on other video games also. But in the end, like 50% of the money actually came from the grind itself, which I'm still kind of proud of today, since it proved how powerful of a discipline I had, even back then, that I've scaled up over the last couple of years on self mastery. And yeah, in the end, I actually got it. And during that time, I was playing Minecraft with one of my friends from primary school, and he was the only person that I told about this grind. He was literally the only one that knew about all of this. Not because I didn't have any friends or that, I never talked to anyone in my local area. Of course I did. It was just that I, for some reason, for some strange reason, I didn't want to tell them about it. Not because I didn't want them to root for me, but because I didn't want them to leech off my energy. Yeah, because whenever you get yourself onto self improvement or onto anything, any kind of skill, when you start to learn it, like for example, trading, how to make money, for example, how to earn money or how to get a stronger physique, whenever you get yourself on any kind of grind, whether that will be attracting girls, leveling up your social intelligence, or just a skill in general, like, I don't know, playing the ukulele, speaking another language, whatever, it doesn't matter. You should always say and tell about that goal to only a handful of people. And by that, I mean those that you can only count on both of your hands. Yeah, 10 people maximum. Because, of course, when you start to join like online communities where the people are more closely aligned with your values and they support you more, of course, then you have my blessing. Go 100% for that. But when you still don't have them, those people that you can truly trust, yeah, in your local area, those 98% of people that will remain average, and my excuses for sounding like this for the rest of their life. But we already know that this is subconsciously the truth. These are the same kind of people that when they see you waking up at 5 a.m., when they see you doing all of these self-improvement things, yeah, sure, they will like it and they will admire it subconsciously, but consciously they will tell you stuff like, aren't you going too extreme on yourself? You should enjoy your 20s and late teens because these are the times. These are the best times of their lives. They're never gonna come back. But they don't realize that if you put in the work right now and you work in the shadows without them even knowing in the first place, then you'll be able to quite literally extend your prime into your 40s and into your 50s. Because if you start making 10k per month by the time that you're 20 years old, bro, 10 times 12 is 120. And times 10, that's 1,200,000. So by the time you be so and Not even mentioning other income sources that you will have by the time that you're like 30 years old. You'll have like $3 million in your bank account at the minimum. And if you win the lottery, which is very plausible, because remember, you are the god of your reality, so you can attract those kinds of things into your life metaphysically. Bro, you'll be making so much money by then if you just lock in right now, which I know that you can do. The problem is, you are literally sharing your goals. You're literally giving them your energy, and you're letting them destroy you. And I know that this is a hard pill to swallow, but not everyone will actually support you. Sure, they will admire it, but you need to remember that words admiration, there's also disrespect, and there's also envy and all of these other emotions, because metaphysically speaking, from the God's point of view, all of those emotions are actually one. It is just a different rate of vibration, meaning that whenever you feel whenever you feel nervous, you feel excitement also, right? I bet you've noticed this feeling many times before. Yeah, that's the same thing that applies over here. It is just that you need to learn, and you need to learn to distinguish between people that will actually support you, which will, for example, when you talk to them, they will only talk about the future. Sure, they will still reminisce about past with you together, but mainly talk about the future and your future plans and stuff like that, without, bringing attention onto themselves and, you know, not having like every single second word that they say in the conversation like a pointless an empty compliment, that they give you, like, oh, you're so smart, oh, you're so skillful like your father, or something like that. No, no, no. You need to learn to distinguish between these kinds of people, and as you get better and better at talking to them, you'll you'll be able to distinguish it more and more. You just need to learn that 98 that 98% of people are just leeches. They won't benefit you at all. So you should stop trying, even right now. And you'll perfectly see them by the way that they talk. They always complain. They always, talk fast, which isn't inherently a bad thing, but when you think about it, talking fast all the time isn't a benefit either, but yeah, you understand. They always, talk about the past, about past events, and not those kinds of good memories that actually bond you guys together, but actually about the bad memories that happened, like someone in their family did X or Y or Z, and they just always complain. And normally speaking, if they find out about your goals, every single one of them, then you're fucked. Because, yeah, on self improvement, you'll have like 30 ideas on how to start a business model, if I'm being honest. Because I had them. And in the end, I settled for this one, which is the most convenient for me. But you need to realize that I was actually planning to become a dropshipper and Amazon affiliate. I wanted to become all of these things. And I had like 30 business models in my mind. And if I just told them to everyone in my local area, bro, you need to just imagine the self trust that would completely get shattered, and that would destroy my entire reputation, right? So you need to only and work in silence with those kinds of people that will enhance your growth. They will talk with you about the future most of the time. So, about future plans, future visions, future books that you can read, about just, your future trajectory as a whole. And they won't reminisce with you about the past, about those bad memories that happened to them. No, no, no. They will use the past, even if they do talk about the past memories, to enhance both your growth and their own. Because you're both on self mastery now. And you guys will always stay in the present moment. You guys will always cherish and be grateful for the things that you already have and enhance yourself for the future in the current moment. Okay, so just tell it to as few people as possible because, yeah, they will leech off of that energy and, yeah, they will quite literally pick up on every single thing that you say. And, yeah, you need to make your word law because from now on, whatever you say will be the last thing that you start to pursue. Because this YouTube channel, for example, It was my business model number 30, or something like that. I planned many business models in the past. And so, in the end, I settled for this one, and I've been happily ever after for the past like a year or something that I've been uploading videos. It's been one hell of a ride, and I completely enjoyed it. And I only told it to a couple of people in my local area, and everything has been great. I now have great people by my side that support me, and life is just good. Life goes on, we make new memories, and yeah, working in silence when no one can disturb you because a couple of people only know about your goals is just such a great thing. Because if you had everyone on your side, then yeah, that would be horrible. So you need to learn to what kind of people you can tell your goals, and just yeah, those are the kinds of people that when you succeed, you will literally cherish them with all of the abundance that you received. But for now, just allow yourself to relax and don't tell it to the others. It's not worth it because they will gossip about you and they will, metaphysically speaking, send so much misdirected energy towards your way that will just destroy you. It will make you agitated and all of these things, and it is just not worth it. So, yeah, that's about it. By the way, if you want to enhance your growth on self mastery, in stoicism, in discipline, in willpower, in productivity, in manifestation, and all of these things, then you can check out Timeless Reader's Mindsets in the description. It is a collection of 24 unbreakable mindsets that, if applied to your day to day life, will guarantee you success in any kind of life situation, with any kind of goal, and all for the low price of $49 when I could be easily charging thousands for this. But I love you, so I didn't want to leave anything out. And just look at these people. I've benefited them so much, and they haven't even seen a single life lesson from that course. So I suggest that you snatch it right now before the price skyrockets. Thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you